Hi, my name is Ami Megani and I work for Centerbase Technical Support. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an item. I'm going to talk about what an item is and the difference between item manager and form designer. So the first question you might have is, what is an item? An item are the things that Centerbase manages. So think of items as your categories. These can be contacts, companies, leads, sales, orders, anything that pertains to your business. Those are categories, and in Centerbase we call those items. So Centerbase manages your items. So I've just logged into Centerbase here, and some of my items are listed right here, and I can see contacts, companies, leads, and I can select this button right here, and that allows me to choose even more items to show on my ribbon. So maybe in this case I'll want to show events. So here you can move the items that you want to see over to the right, and then select the items on the right that you don't want to see and move them to the left, like so. Now you can see that my custom views have changed to show contacts, companies, support cases, and events. Now what I'd like to do is actually create a new item. Out of that item list that we saw, I didn't see a category that I wanted, and I wanted to use Centerbase to manage. So I'm going to create a new item. The way to do this is to go to the Admin tab. Now you need to have admin rights in order to do this function. So if you have a lot of icons here that are grayed out, you do not have rights to create an item. You can create an item using this button right here for Item Manager. And you'll see this is the complete list of items that we saw earlier. And you can select this drop down here. It says New Item. And the category I'd like to add is Customer Survey. And then I'm also going to choose an icon that's appropriate for this item. And I think maybe a smiley face might be appropriate for this. So I'll choose a smiley face and hit OK. And that's the icon that will be assigned to this item that I'm creating. Okay, now you see customer surveys as an item. Now I've created a new item, and these columns here to the right show me where this item is available. So if I wanted to create a new item, and I'll show you all of these on the ribbon in just a moment, it will be an option on the new menu. I will be able to link it to an existing item, and then I can also view it when I expand that item. And then I also have the ability to search. So let me show you those in just a moment. I'm going to go to the main tab, and you see I have this new item. If I hit the black arrow underneath, you'll see that now customer survey is an option underneath new. Now that would create a customer survey as a standalone item, and it would not be related to any other items. But I do want these linked to the company or the contact, depending on how I want to use this feature. So in this case, I would not want to really create it as a new item, but I just wanted to show you how it would appear if I did. Normally, I would want to link this item to an existing contact or company. The second column that we saw is asking if you want to be able to link it as a new item. So we can go to Companies, And now if I want to link it to an existing company, I can right click, say copy to, and now you see that it's an option. So I'm able to relate customer survey to this company or to any company. Now the third column was titled linked items. So even though we linked that item to the company, we don't necessarily have to see it there. Now I chose to show it as a linked item, and so if I expand this, you see that the customer survey item that I created did show up when I expanded the item. But there may be lots of things like notes and just history that you may not want to attach because that takes your item, makes it very long. So you'll have to decide whether you want to show it as a linked item to the item that you want it to relate it to or not. And then finally, the last column, the fourth column, is the search. So if you go to the main and you go to the quick search, you'll see that customer survey also shows up as a search item. Okay, so that was a quick overview of how to create an item, what an item is, and what the columns allude to when you create it. The next step would be to design your form and create the fields that you need to manage that item. So we'll be talking about Form Designer in a later video. I'm Ami